Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you a brief overview and a review of Azul. So we purchased this game 2 years ago?
Early 2021.
So it's been over 2 years ago. We purchased this game and we just haven't had an opportunity to play it. So I've stopped doing my blog so I can dedicate more time to our board game channel. So we'll be playing a lot more games and we're having a lot of fun doing it. So this is way more fun than a blog. But so we're actually starting to play games that we bought years ago that were still in the wrapper. Like this was still in the wrapper. We hadn't even opened it, which is sad. So in this game, the objective is to gather tiles so you can fill in, so you could fill up the rows over here. I forget what they called the rows, but you could fill these rows, and they have to be all the same type. So, like for instance, it'd have to be all this color. They have to be matching. And you're going to be doing this over several rounds. You don't have to do all of it in one round, but you want to try to get as many as you can filled in each round so you can move tiles over. So, for instance, if you had these two filled, so on phase 2, you would be able to move one of those over to the matching row for that matching color tile. However, in the future rounds, you cannot put a blue one here or one of these here because you wouldn't be able to place it. You would have to, there's one of each type in each row. So you are just picking tiles, each you go clockwise to each player. This is the starter playing token. The person who has that places it in the center, and they get to choose first. The rule is, on these factory tiles, in a 2-player game, there's only 5 of them. There's more with more players. So you are going to choose one of them, and you have to get every tile that's matching off of that. So if I chose this one and I wanted the yellow, I would have to take all of them. And any remaining, you put in the center of the table. So if this was the first round, I would obviously put it there because it fills in that row. And at the phase 2, I'll be able to put that over there. The next player can choose either from the center or from any of the factory tiles. You can take the first player token. Say you wanted to take this and the first player token, so Anthony would put that there, and this automatically drops down to the bottom. These are negative, so the first player token goes there, and any tiles that you cannot place drop down into this row. For instance, say I had all these full, and I had to take 4 of those, and this was my only row. So I wouldn't be able to place this one, so it would automatically drop down to there. Hopefully that makes sense. So he would be first player next time. He would just have to subtract 1 from his final score. So you're just going back and forth, choosing tiles. Again, even in the center, if there was 5 of them there, you have to choose all of the same tile. So it's better, more strategic to choose from these factory tiles if you can, because you kind of have more control over how many you get. Because as people are choosing more and more, there's more tiles going in here. And especially near the end of the game, you're going to get stuck with a lot of tiles that you can't place because you're going to be building these. You're only clearing them when they're full. You'll clear them and put them to the side. And each round you'll be filling these with 4 more tiles and starting over. So near the end of the game, you're going to have just a few slots available to put a certain type of tile in. So it's going to get more cutthroat and more harder to get the tiles you need near the final rounds. And the game ends when one person has a full horizontal row filled in with all the different colors. So you will be, the 1, 2, and 3 ones, those are very easy to fill. So you'll be kind of filling those in every round. And occasionally you'll get lucky within 2 rounds and fill in the 4 and the 5 in the beginning of the game. So, and then when you're after phase 2, once you've moved them over, that's when you do the scoring. So you score both horizontally and vertically. Some tiles will count twice because if you had say you have this going on. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 4 points because you're counting it both horizontally and vertically. So it's to your advantage to have them adjacent. You also get bonus points at the end of the game. Say if you have all 5 of a certain color, and this is all on the bottom here, you would get 10. There's 5 of each one on your board. So you would get 10 bonus points if you happen to be able to do that, or any of them, 5 of any of them. For each 5, you have 10 bonus points. If you have a entire column full, you get 7 bonus points at the end of the game. If for each horizontal row that you have full, you get 2 points at the end of the game. So at the end of each round, you're going to be scoring and moving your score tracker up, being sure to subtract for any that you had to drop down. If you get all the way over here, it's going to be negative 3 points. I think the most Anthony had near the end of the game, he had to take 6 points off because he got stuck with a bunch of tiles, and he only had like a couple of spaces left. So, yeah, that hurt him a little bit. But that's basically it. You just keep doing that until someone has completed a total vertical roll, and you're drawing from this bag each time. The ones that you're setting aside, you will need to put back in the bag once the bag runs out, but you keep those aside until the bag empties, and then you put them back in the bag for the last few rounds. So what are your thoughts on this game?
I like the components. Components are really cool. I always do like these plastic pieces that a lot of games come with. The board could be a little better. They seem to be warped. It would be cool if they double layered it, but and for as far as the illustration, it's a little simplistic, but I mean it does the job. So the components pretty good. As far as the mechanics, I like more of a strategic game. This seems a little bit more too simplistic. I think that this probably be better in an app rather than the format that we played, the board game. But for me, I just feel that there's, I guess, not enough options for me to want to play it again. So I like more of a strategic game. But replayability, it has okay replayability because you're always getting new tiles. So, but overall total, I'm just giving this a 6 out of 10. I can see the appeal, and I can see the strategic elements to it a little bit, but I just don't feel that there's enough manipulation, enough take that, or anything that really draws me into games. I think that this is more someone, I guess, that likes bingo, or someone who I just don't. For me, it's not my style of game.
You like bingo.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Okay, so I have similar feelings as Anthony. I feel we really like Sagrada. So going into this, we were comparing it to Sagrada. Sagrada is kind of similar, but it does it better. It has public and personal objectives. So right there, it adds more strategy because you have hidden objectives that no one else knows you're going for. Plus, it's not as static. You have a few, because first of all, in Sagrada, there's various cards, so your board's always changing. This board's always the same. Or you flip it over, I think there's a gray side, but again, you have 2 boards, whereas Sagrada, it's always changing. They are vary in difficulty. You've got your hidden objective, you've got public objectives. You also have ways to manipulate where you place. That you can use your gems, to move things around, or so you're not penalized. So Sagrada is much meatier and just way more strategic and fun, in our opinion. So we played Sagrada first. So we've had this sitting on our shelf for a couple of years. We got it because we like Sagrada so much. We thought we'd enjoy this one too. But this one's just too simple. I'm guessing maybe this is more for people just getting into these type games. Maybe they could cut their teeth on this one and then move up to Sagrada.
They do have an amazing game that we
Century Gala.
freaking love.
This company makes Century Gala.
It's in all of our top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they just missed the mark a little bit on this game, I think. But again, maybe they were going for more of a simple game. I don't know, but I would give this a 6 as well. But I mean, the components are beautiful. I really like the tiles, and the boards could be a little better. I agree, but I do like the tiles and the little factory tile design. But this will be a trade for us. I know we bought this game, but we will never play it again. So we'll either give this to someone or we'll trade it possibly. So hopefully this helped you to decide whether this is a game you may like. We will put the link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Feel free to give us a comment or a question in the comments. We hope you'll give this video a like. If not already, we hope you'll subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.